Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. I hope it is super sunny and nice where you are and that you're getting a chance to enjoy your well-earned summer vacation. Today on the show, we are going to talk about how to write a thesis statement. And if you're new here, welcome. This is the Homework Help Show and my name is Cath Anne. This is episode 61 of the show. Here on the show, we provide you with valuable content for your academic and student life. Now, let's talk about how to write a thesis statement. What is a thesis statement anyway? A thesis statement is a statement that you make at the beginning of your essay that helps the reader to know what your essay is going to be about. So it explains the focus of your essay, how you feel about the topic, and then provide some reasoning as to why you feel that way. Now remember, a thesis statement is one of the most important components of your essay. So that means you really want to focus on getting it right. And that's why we have so many videos on the Homework Help Show about how to write an effective thesis statement. So today we're going to talk about the thesis statement, and I'm also going to provide you with a few examples. So make sure you stay tuned so that you can get a sense of how to implement the thesis statement into your essay. Now, every thesis statement needs three things. 1, 2, 3. Number 1, what is the topic of your essay? So basically, what are you going to be talking about in your essay? Number 2, how do you feel about that topic? What is it that you believe about the topic at hand? And number 3, can you provide some evidence, usually 3 reasons that you feel that way about that specific topic? Okay, now let's break down how to write a thesis. Begin by asking a question. So for example, does recycling really help the environment? That's a good, pertinent topic. It's really on trend right now. People are looking and questioning the environment and how we can contribute to making the environment more sustainable and our actions more sustainable and preventing climate change. So definitely a pertinent topic, something that we'll want to discuss and that will pique the interest of your reader. Now, second, you'll want to create a declaration. So in other words, how do you feel about recycling and how do you feel about whether recycling impacts the environment? So for example, you might say something like, recycling does help the environment. However, we must make long-term changes to impact climate change. Okay, so do you see what I did there? You are starting with a topic question of does recycling help the environment? And now I've decided that recycling does help the environment and I'll discuss that in my essay. However, I'm going to focus on some other reasons that recycling doesn't address. So I'm going to incorporate some other reasonings and some other issues that we have to deal with in order to truly impact climate change. And then finally, as you're developing your thesis statement, you're going to want to look at 3 reasons that recycling does not fully address climate change, and you're going to provide those. And then in turn, we'll write our strong thesis statement. So let's discuss 3 reasons why we have to do more than just recycling to impact climate change over the long term. For example, my first reason is that China no longer purchases our recycling products from the US and Canada. So we have to look for an alternative solution. Second, when we continue to buy plastic and packaged products, we are contributing to waste. A more sustainable option is to reduce our waste altogether while also recycling the waste that we do produce. But focusing on waste reduction is a more sustainable approach. And my third reason is to support organizations and businesses that are providing sustainable long-term solutions to climate change. So those are my 3 reasons, and just a note, you're always going to want to pick reasons that you can back up with evidence. So definitely do a bit of research before you write this portion of your thesis statement. And in turn, you'll already have a little bit of research done for your essay in advance. So now the final step is that we want to combine and write our thesis statement. So how might that look all together now that we've completed those 3 steps? So for example, my thesis statement is going to be in 2 sentences. Recycling is one step that we can take to help the environment, but we must look at and consider other long-term solutions because China is no longer purchasing our recycling from the US and Canada. Focusing on reducing our waste and supporting organizations that are looking for long-term sustainable alternatives to recycling are beneficial options that will support the environment in the long term. So here I have written a 2-sentence thesis statement that provides a topic, which is recycling and the environment. It provides my position on the topic, and it provides 3 pieces of evidence that support my position. Okay guys, I really hope that was helpful for you, just to walk through and break it down that way. This was a little bit more of a casual video. Please let me know if you enjoy this style of video. And you know what? I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear how you use these steps to develop your own thesis statement. So make sure to jump into the comments below or connect with us on social media and share your thesis statement with us. We always love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear how you put these steps into action. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and to subscribe to our channel. And as always, if you want to connect with us on any of our social media platforms, all of the information is linked and listed in the description box below. I hope you guys are having a great summer. Can't wait to talk to you again soon. Talk soon and take care.